Hello there, Pumpkin. So I am here to kind of protect you in case you see some weird stuff. I always told you, friends. Firstly, Bitcoin halvening, forget everything. Everybody's going to say it doesn't matter. Trust me, it matters. There's going to be a dump around here somewhere. Before, today, tomorrow, after, you don't know. Something's coming. Don't worry about it. That is part of the plan. It's uptrends, okay? That's what we want. We dump, make a higher low. That's one thing. The second thing, if you've noticed, everybody's capitulated. We capitulated Crapo. We went so far, we made Richard Hart even capitulate on being a bear as well. Now he's got a $240,000 Bitcoin price. I'm just going to be completely honest. If this was anyone else, I was like, wait a minute. You were really bearish the whole time, and then we did the final finisher move. Now you call for a $240,000 Bitcoin. So I told you, and it's true, friends. I've told you the biggest moves come at the end. Okay, they accelerate at the end. Bitcoin's monthly candle is around 50% here. People believe it's going to crack this all-time high. I hope it does, but obviously we're running ahead of schedule. Now, what I did is, just to prepare you, is I went back and I checked 2012, 2016, 2020. What happens around the Bitcoin halvening? How big is the monthly candle collapse? And what I did is I saw in 2012, it was minus 36% down. 2016 was minus 39%. And 2020, it closed minus 38%. We had the zombie virus back then. It was a close. So what I did is for the close, I was like, well, how much did you crash before? So what I wanted to do, I just went to the close, minus 38%. If you go back to where we are, if you say, hey, what happened in 2016? That seems to be where we are kind of like mimicking. It is a crash over, it's like 38, 39%. So what I've done is I go, well, let's assume this is the top. Let's assume actually we're at the top. 64K is the top. Doesn't really matter, right? Exactly where you measure because it's going to be around the same distance. But if you drop 39%, okay, 39%, but let's do 40%. You get back to 38K. So I know it'd be crazy. You'd be like, well, what happens here? Now, this is actually great because isn't that beautiful? You get a minus 40% end of the world crash for Bitcoin. And we're 38K. Beautiful. Mwah! Beautiful. That's what we want. We'll probably see, and don't quote me, don't know. Altcoins might be shallow on that. A shallower dip, but they don't rally straight away. What happens is, obviously, Bitcoin dips with the alts, but then as Bitcoin recovers, we go up more powerful. That is if it's going to happen that way. We might even happen before that. You don't know. Might be alts happen, then the crash happens, or there's a big crash, and then we recover. We don't know, friends. It could be alts continuing after the Bitcoin halvening. Or remind you, this dotted line vertical is the Bitcoin halvening itself. So what I'm trying to do is just remain unbiased. And just to tell you, like, the bear market's done, friends. It's done. Now, it's the bull that's going to shake everybody off. Yeah, it's going to shake everyone out. Not everyone. Of course, you know exactly what's coming. But I'm just here just to tell you, we've got to be objective. I told you things, man. I told you, man, when Bitcoin's like at 50K here, I told you the biggest moves happen at the end. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green monthly candles and is the most ferocious. That's exactly what happened here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green monthly candles as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green monthly candles here. Snap back down. You see these, friends. You never had 6 in a row, by the way. I know a lot of people will say, oh, what about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's absolutely a mega one. What about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well. You get to see, man. Now, I know it's crazy. I don't really care. The people who say, I don't believe the candle of the colors. I know they seem random, don't they? But it's funny. They work. You know they work. I've seen here with the crowd, friends. I get comments based off the monthly candle color. So we're holding along. We're staying strong. There will be a crash. It's going to be really vicious. And unit friends, all those copers who in stable coins and stuff, they're going to come out. They're going to come out and say, in hindsight, it was obvious. There was a laser eye here. And this person said, we're going to conquer. And this person, like, just think about it, friends. I'm being completely neutral here. We've got no skin in the game. Got nothing to say, right? Well, we do have skin in the game. But in the short term, okay, we don't have any leverage positions. Crapo is too scared to click short. Signal number 1. Signal number 2. Richard Hart, bearish the whole time, now says $240,000 Bitcoin after this acceleration. Telling you, consume souls. Okay, now maybe he's right about the ultimate call, but look when he has this realization. at the very, very top, right? It's just like everybody realizing, oh, I got scammed at the bottom of the bear market on the way down. You see this polar opposite. Just think about this, friends. Richard Hart calling for 12K here, and then we might go to 240K up here. It's just crazy how that happens. So bulls and bull market, it will have vicious shakes. Trust me, there's gonna be vicious shakes around the world. But just hold. Screw up. There was gonna be higher lows. The next 30% of people, it's gonna be scary for them. If you've been on this journey with me with a straight back and some cold orange juice, and of course your very fluffy slippers, it's gonna be a walk in the park. It's gonna be so easy, friends. It's gonna be so easy. You know why? You're like, man, we were literally going to zero last year and then the year before. You know what I mean? And the bottom of the depths. And corrupt SEC chairman Gessler said, yeah. Friends, I know I never say, oh, never tempt the market here and there. No. This is going to be easy. This is going to be easy compared to last 2 years. But we've got to cater to the new people coming in. They are not coming in to be the earliest 10%. They're coming in at a higher base point. So when they go 30% down, remember, they've put in like 40K. So when they lose a third of that, they've lost like 10, 12K. Oh, crap, did I buy the top? They don't know what's going on. You know, whereas you, maybe you had, I don't know, some of you guys started with 5K, maybe up to like 30K. You didn't care. Like, oh, wow, we swing back down to like 20, which you lose the third. You didn't care, man. You're watching your 5 disintegrate into like 0. You're like, oh, it's going to 0. That's what we felt like it. Now you don't really care. 15, 20, and it goes up and up and up. But that's why. That is the beginning. The hope and disbelief rinsing. Now we get into the optimism, friends. We are optimistic. Remember I told you we've now entered into optimism phase, and I'm like 2 months earlier than everybody. Yes, so when we get optimistic, that will keep building from now to the very end, wherever we may end. I don't know where the top is. I'm not going to do any price targets. I'm waiting for the X factor signals. That'll keep building to euphoria and complacency. So like, friends, I really pray out there. Some of you guys with like 50K portfolios, I hope that hits 1 million for you. I really do. But you're used to this 50K. If it hits like 1 million and then it comes back down to like 600K and then back to 700K, you're like, whoa, I started with 50, but you're complacent. It might go 1 million, back down to 500K, come back up to 650K. You know, that's actually the lower high, what I'm doing with the portfolio numbers. You follow the price chart. So you make your 1 million, lower high, it goes 500K, back up to 650. That's your portfolio making that swoop, lower high. But most people are complacent in there. They're not seeing, oh my gosh, is it the end of the bull market now? They're saying, oh wow, I'm so euphoric, man. Just another 2x, and I'll just have like months and forever to think about getting out, have $1 million. So, you know, you can apply this number for your own self, whatever your big number is. But the most important part is protecting against his downside, because there's always going to be around the FUD. But look, I'm so confident now. Look, if you went through the past 2 years, this is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget, it loves you. Catch you soon.